Hello, this is Peter with another video. Today is actually Easter Sunday, the 9th of April. Although this video won't be going out for a few days, so it's not going to be Easter by the time I post this. But I thought I'd just do a video to go over some of the cold damage that was sustained on some of my citrus trees over winter. Now, just before anyone starts thinking that all my trees were completely damaged in the cold, luckily it was only these 3 trees that were damaged in the cold. The rest of them, even the ones that were right next to these in the greenhouse, had taken pretty much no damage at all. In fact, some of them look much healthier than they did before I put them in there. So yeah, go figure. So yeah, I'll just start off by showing kind of the worst ones first. So first we have the lime tree. This is the bear's lime. As you can see, I did cut some of these stems off. There was a lot more dead growth on it before, but the last few weeks I trimmed some of it off, mostly because it was getting in the way in the greenhouse and it was attracting mould, so I just wanted to get most of it off. You can see what's left is mostly still green. Now, at first glance, it looks like this top bit is where the graft was, or where where some of the stem cracked over winter. However, if I looked back to when I got this tree, and this damage was already on the plant when I got it. The graft is actually right down here at the bottom. You can see this is where they probably used chip budding and then cut off the trifoliate rootstock there. So there's plenty of bear's lime stem here for it to grow back on. However, when I looked very closely, I'm not sure if it's going to show up on camera, you can just about see there's some new growth starting to form some of these nodes on it, and even on some of these newer stems here, yeah, you can just about see, probably not showing up on camera very well, but yeah, there's some new growth starting to come out of these buds here. So I think the bear's lime is going to be okay. I've only got these out for the purpose of this video. I'm going to put them back in the greenhouse later, so they'll get extra heat and humidity in there, which will help the new growth come out. But yeah, that's the bear's lime. It's definitely not looking good, but it is promising to see new growth starting to come out of the main stems here. So next along we have what looks much worse. It's actually a clementine. This is a Oro Grande clementine. Yeah, so you can see again, this clementine is grafted right down here at the base. So yeah, the stem on this is actually thinner than most of the other citrus I've got. So this is probably a younger plant than some of my other citrus, which is possibly partially why it took more damage. Also the top growth, there's quite a lot of growth on it last year, but most of it was very young, almost water shoot type growth. So it was quite late in the season when it grew. I think that's probably why it took more cold damage than most of the other citrus. In fact, clementines are actually supposed to be much more cold tolerant than the limes. But yeah, I think it's mostly because of this young growth that it had. It seems to be green stem up to around here. So this top bit here looks completely dead to me. So I'm probably going to cut most of that off. I might do that today actually. But yeah, so there's not much left of this one once I cut this top section off. This side shoot here is completely dead. However, again, if you look very closely, just about see starting to push out some new growth on this main stem here. It looks like pretty much every node has green buds starting to burst into life. So that's it's definitely looking promising, at least. Now I did also get a couple of other clementines recently. I did feature them in another video, which I'll link to this one. But one of them I did get was an Oro Grande as well, and in fact that one is looking very healthy and is already flowering. The first flowers have just opened on that one in the last few days, so I'll probably do a video of those as well after I've done this one. And then finally, definitely not as bad as the previous two trees, but yeah, this is the Eureka Lemon. Again, you can see the graft is right down here. There's like a little bit of damage here that might have been there before though, but it's a thicker stem than on some of the other trees that I've just featured. But yeah, this one only suffered a bit of cold damage on certain sections of the tree. So there was a bigger branch on this side here which got completely destroyed by the cold. You can see it's died back even more, so I'll probably cut that off as well. There was some more fruit on it. You can see some little fruitlets here, or some embryo fruits which have been holding on. That one's obviously going to drop off, but there was a larger lemon which dropped off as well. But yeah, I'm not too concerned about that. I'm more interested in keeping the plant healthy. So yeah, there's some little branches here which are going mouldy, which I'll cut off as well today. But yeah, this Eureka Lemon has started to push out new growth. You can see on this side of the tree there's a bit more new growth. So yeah, this one's definitely looking much better than the other two. The pots felt fairly light, or at least the clementine and the Eureka Lemon felt quite light, so I'll probably give them a feed and a water as well. Should help the new growth pushing through as well. Yeah, you can see definitely some signs of nutrient deficiency on this lemon tree as well, so it could definitely benefit from a feed. I thought I'd just show some of the damage that was sustained on some of these citrus trees. Although we did get at least -7, maybe even -8, something like that. I say that because I'm not 100% sure, because I didn't record the temperature outside, but the forecast showed it was -7 degrees Celsius. But I know nearby, one of my friends only lives just a few streets away. His car, when he on the coldest morning, recorded -8, so it could have got even lower than that outside. -3.5 was the coldest temperature I've recorded in the greenhouse, but where these two trees in particular were on the right at the front of the greenhouse, I think it was less protected there, so that's probably why these got more damage than some of the ones at the back. I reckon it probably got a good degree or so cooler than that at the front part of the greenhouse, and especially on the more cold sensitive lime, it's not going to be able to tolerate much colder than that. But yeah, overall not too bad, especially now that I've seen some new growth buds starting to come out lower down on these quite badly affected trees. I'm going to give these a good tidy up, and then I'll put them back in the greenhouse once I've watered and fed them as well. So yeah, I've just cut off some of the dead wood on the lime tree and the clementine. I've cut off all the top growth here. It was all completely dead. But yeah, there's some green buds here, so that's they should push out very soon. The lemon tree, there was only a couple of little dead bits on it, so I cut those off. So yeah, I'll get these fed now and I'll put them back in the greenhouse to keep them nice and humid and warm. So thank you all for watching. I'll keep everyone updated with the progress of these. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.